out for me.
So when did you make the jump full-time to Twitch?
August 20, heated gaming moment. That
this guy's trying to make light of the absolute abomination, the moral travesty of what he said. He not only said America deserved 9/11, but he said heinous things, barbaric things, beyond reprehensible statements about a war veteran, Dan Crenshaw, war veteran and Congressman Dan Crenshaw, that no civilized human would even think, much less say. And it's basically a testament to the insanity and unimaginable resentment that people possessed by the radical left have for reality and coherence itself. You could accurately describe it as a demonic force. And I'm gonna here. I'll show you exactly why.
I still stand by in principle and all.
I still stand by in principle saying America deserved 9/11. Dude, this is why no one takes you seriously.
Also, you know, as long as I elaborate what the intention behind what I said was.
And notice how he's not restating the original statement because he knows it's incoherent, absurd, and would be the variable that reveals him as a fraud and an outcast freak of society in all normal situations, including this one, by the way. But because he has the internet, he can continue to put out these. He can continue to state these opinions, which normally would not be able to be heard by culture, because as soon as you say the first few insane things that he said, he would immediately be cast out to the fringes of society, like banished, basically. And I feel like that has happened, even though the internet exists, because most people know not to take this seriously. And the only people that do take it seriously is a number of very, very sad people that hate their lives. It's the same group of people that listened to him when he was hating on Andrew Tate, or makes videos where he just overtly lies about people. So the people that take it seriously are very sad to begin with. But it's still important to stand up and call it out for what it is, because there's not many people right now that are willing to stand up for morality, be a voice of reason, and say what is true. Because right now there is a war on truth. There is a war on the coherence of objective frameworks themselves. And that's what I'm doing here.
The Young Turks contributor, Hasan Piker, going on this vulgar rant, mocking wounded war vet Congressman Dan Crenshaw for losing his eye fighting for our freedom in Afghanistan.
A veteran fighting for freedom. And then this guy mocks his injury in a very vulgar fashion. She's right. Yeah, listen.
This guy has the understanding of foreign policy of like a 12-year-old. What the is wrong with this dude?
And guys, I'm gonna show you guys exactly why he got upset. So pay attention here.
Did he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave soldier, his eye hole with their? Isn't that how he lost his eye? Because he got his eye hole. America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying it.
Here exclusively to respond to that vile creature is Texas Congressman Dan.
Yeah, it's not human. I gotta be honest. That's basically like some sort of demon, right? Like that's anti-human. No human would say that stuff. That's crazy. So, on every level, that's like reprehensible, obviously. But the reason why he's so triggered, and you're going to see him admit this, the reason why he's so triggered at Dan Crenshaw is because Dan Crenshaw is an embodiment as a war veteran returning home, fighting for freedom, of America's moral stance.
Doesn't like what he's hearing. He disagrees with it. Doesn't understand foreign policies. Mentioned something about being 12 years old. Yeah, I have almost 12 years of experience actually deploying overseas. So maybe that's what he meant when he said 12 years. I don't know. But he clearly.
Not only did he say America deserved 9/11, he said the guy that wounded a United States war veteran fighting for freedom was a brave soldier. So he's taking the side of the terrorists and also taking the side of the terrorists, to be completely clear. This is the type of behavior this is the type of behavior that people point to when they say leftists are anti-morality, anti-freedom. They are anti-America. They are diametrically opposed to morality itself. They are opposed to objectivity. That was a vile display, the likes of which I've very rarely seen.
Doesn't know much. And when you don't know much about foreign policy, you get really mad when people disagree with you. And if you can't argue your point, you tend to insult people. And man, that is exactly the outrage culture that we have right now. He is a perfect example of it. You know, he's trying to walk his comments back now. You know, good on him for trying to do that. But worse,
Dan,
what this speaks to.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Dan, let me just say, that's fine. He's walking his comments back. And we've all said things in the past that we're like, oh, I shouldn't have worded it that way. That's
right, but no, that there is no walking that back. That is beyond reprehensible. That's insanity. That is a sign that would normally get you banished from a town, or in the olden days that would get you banished like to the outskirts of the town. That's so insane, because you can't. A person like that in culture is nothing but a force for the culture's disintegration. And lo and behold, that's what we see. We see him overtly celebrating, slandering Andrew Tate and using those words, saying, I enjoy slandering Andrew Tate. I have a video that someone sent me on Discord of this guy fantasizing about raping the wives of police officers on stream. This guy, this type of human is this type of human had something going on when he was a younger person, maybe a child, where he just completely broke, or maybe he was born broken.
Went on Fox News. I remember being fucking terrified.
Because I was the victim after saying this. It wasn't other people. It wasn't society. No. I'm the victim. Loser, morally distraught, bankrupt person.
Immediately, Keemstar elevated it. Then
blaming someone else.
Like, I mean, people clipped it out.
Fox News is so evil. They exposed me for saying vile, demonic things.
Keemstar escalated it. It just elevated it, put it out there, you know, broad daylight. And in that, in a span of...
The fact that he's upset that what he said reached broad daylight is a testament to the known and accepted incoherence of their positions. They know what they're saying makes no sense. They know what they're saying is anti-morality, is anti-good. It is evil. They know what they're saying. It opposes reality in every possible way. It is diametrically opposed. And so when it is actually scrutinized with coherence, it disintegrates. That's why they're upset. That's why this guy has degraded himself into basically a slime ball. Intellectually, he's a midget, but morally, it's impossible to take him seriously now, because everything he said is so corrupt, vile, reprehensible, and he's playing the victim rather than approach any of that. I mean, he said he moved to America because of its quote-unquote moral degeneracy, so we know he's not a good person. I think something, you know, early on in childhood went wrong with him, but there's not really any way of moving forward with a person like this in civilized culture in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because people like this people like this a long time ago would just be banished. They just like be banished to the outskirts of civilization because they're unable to interface with reality or civilization at all. But because of the internet, he can still spew the vile bullshit, which is why it's so important for good people who are willing to stand up for reason and rationality to just debunk this and stand firm in the truth, because when you stand firm in the truth, evil will flee. And in this case, it is fleeing. He's just choosing to take the form of, I'm going to play the victim instead.
24 hours, it was on Fox News. It made it to Tucker Carlson. It made it to Laura Ingraham. Laura Ingraham was...
He's crying about accountability right now. It's very interesting. Pay attention.
Calling Dan Crenshaw in to, like, respond to it, because I also said some stuff about Dan Crenshaw as well.
I also said some stuff, and then he smirks about the demonic stuff he said, clearly representing that he is fundamentally divorced from morality in a really, really strange way. That smirk there. Listen, watch this.
Dan Crenshaw in to, like, respond to it, because I also said some stuff about Dan Crenshaw.
Because I also just said some stuff about Dan Crenshaw. You see here that he's fundamentally divorced from morality in a profound sense. It's not like another human where you or I would have qualms about saying, not just qualms, like we would even thinking the stuff that he said out loud is so reprehensible, so evil, we wouldn't even have those thoughts.
Seeing America as it's, you know, this beacon of moral degeneracy that I thought was awesome. And
this guy admits to thinking moral degeneracy is awesome. You see, he just proved everything I just said. He then talks about ethics later in this video. This is the face of the radical left. So unabashedly disconnected from reality and morality while pretending to be a moral authority at the same time. This is who they are. He talks about ethics later when he just said he moved to America because he thought their moral degeneracy was awesome. He said he thinks moral degeneracy is awesome. And later he talks about ethics. This is the quality of person that the radical left has to offer when they claim counterfeit moral virtue as a result of adhering to their own ideology. This is them revealing their insanity, their disdain for reality and morality, and in this case, an overt admittance of evil. I think that this guy has been so detached from morality for so long, and has had so many people call him out, that he has no more sane people in his life, no more sane people around him, and as a result, he no longer cares about coming across as blatantly evil, which he is. It's a very disturbing thing to see. I think I've exposed this vile animal enough. I can end the video here. I've shown what I need to show, and this guy, yeah, this guy's an abomination and basically a terrorist to civilization.